Hello and welcome to M.A.G.G Geek Girl. I'm Sally. Today's video, I actually don't know what I'm doing at the time of recording this voiceover, as I will be doing a bit of a health update, so you have been warned if it's not something you're interested in, but still want to see the activity I'm doing. Please feel free to mute this and just watch whatever I'm doing. So what's been happening first of all with everybody out there in viewer land? Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to know how you're going. Are you handling the build up really to silly season? We've just passed Spooktober, the best part of the year. It is currently November the 6th as I am recording this voiceover. And it'll be my birthday soon because I am a November baby. And then it's the dreaded Christmas season, or I prefer to call it Creepmas or Newton Mass, because Christmas is not all about jolly fun and family gatherings for me. So I don't particularly like Christmas season. But as I say, leave me a comment, let me know how you're doing and how's your build up ready for silly season. Now for me, I recently received a health update. I wasn't expecting, I sort of was expecting, but it's still a shock to hear it. So what is happening with me is I have just been diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver. Now, if you're anything like me, you might have only thought of cirrhosis as something that alcoholics get or people with hepatitis. And I'm neither. I don't have any hepatitis, and I rarely drink. I probably drink 5 alcoholic beverages a year. I'm not big on the alcohol at all. My cirrhosis is purely from having fatty liver and uncontrolled diabetes, which has turned my liver cirrhotic. Now, cirrhosis is a very serious illness. It's uncurable liver damage, and this is the science. This is all of the medical stuff I have read and been told. So please, no recommendations. Cirrhosis is not curable. All you can do is make sure it doesn't get worse. Now, mine is in the compensated stage, which is early cirrhosis. And yes, all I can do is make sure it doesn't get worse. Because if it gets worse, it becomes decompensated cirrhosis, which turns into full liver damage, which turns into either liver failure, liver cancer, and ultimately death. And that's what's scary. I've gone beyond a point now that I can fix my liver. All I can do is try and stop it from killing me quickly. How have I been dealing with this news? I'm not. I'll be real with you. When I do record whatever I record to be under this voiceover, my fingers are going to be all bandaged again. I have been a ball of anxiety. I'm constantly picking at my nails again, and my thumb, of course, is still not healed, so that's also in a bandage. But I'll be real. I'm not coping. I'm not dying. I should say that. And yet. I mean, we're all dying, aren't we? Really, if we get deeply philosophical. But I'm in serious health problems. Like, I've really got to find something to stop this getting worse, and that in there lies the problem. My diabetes is out of control. That's not from lack of wanting it to be good. That happens purely because of all of my other conditions, my mental health issues, the ADHD, the depression, all of that stuff. I am very much an emotional eater. And that's what's caused the diabetes to be out of control. No matter what we try, it doesn't work. Well, one thing started to try, but I'll get onto that in a minute. I should say, one thing started to work, and I will get onto that in a minute, and that will be my ranty section. But I got the news about 2 weeks ago now. I think, this is a Wednesday I'm recording it, so it would be around 2 weeks ago. and I am slowly coming out of the shock stage, and I'm sort of just, literally every day I'm just anxious. I don't know what to do with myself. I can't distract myself as well as I normally can, thanks to the thumb issue. And whatever I start to do, I got to beat the demons in my head as well that will tell me, well, what's the point? This isn't worth it. You know, life's giving you something else that's shit. Why try? And that's something I've fought all of my life. So it's not going away quickly. And this has just added to that entire, not being able to sort of just get on with things. It's not that easy for me. So I am trying to film. I'm trying to do stuff for myself, just artsy craftsy stuff, and trying to list things on my 3 storefronts because it is the time to get stuff on them if I want to make sales, which, you know, it's not going so well there. Not sure what's going to happen with all of that, but yeah, at the moment I'm just really up in the air. And again, I apologize, and I really hate that this has been happening all year, that my uploads might be all over the place again. I will keep trying to do 2, but yeah, it might not be consistent for a little while until I sort of work out what's going on. The big thing for me is working out a treatment plan, and that is also not decided on yet because it's depending on a few other medical tests that I have to get done later in the month, and then I'll have 2 paths open to me potentially. But both parts involve that horrible drug Ozempic. Now, if you know about Ozempic, I'm not sure, depending on what country you are when you're listening to this. In Australia, you probably know Ozempic as that miracle weight loss drug that no one can get access to because it's constantly sold out and no one can stock it. And in America, you might also know it as that miracle weight loss drug, but I'm not sure what the availability is like in America. Also, in Australia, we have a lot lower dose. Our maximum dose that I know of is 1 unit, when I believe in America it's 2.5. But the big thing about the Ozempic is, even if it's available, I am in a small percentage of people, because I was on it for about a year and a half, I'm in a very small percentage of people that are sick with it constantly. There is an adjustment period that pretty much everybody gets, and you're really ill. It's been equated to me to morning sickness, which I know nothing about. I've never been pregnant, so I can only tell you what I felt, which I guess this is what morning sickness is like. You feel nauseous all the time, and in some cases you actually do throw up. I'm in that case. I'm in the I throw up, and if I'm not throwing up, I feel constantly sick. And that's only meant to last until you get used to it. And get up to the full dosage. That didn't happen for me. I was like that all the time. The only thing that slowed down was the actual vomiting. The rest of the time I was sick. It ruined my quality of life. It really did stop Terry and I doing a lot of stuff because I just couldn't go out. Or if we were in the middle of shopping, I had to run off because I was ill. And unfortunately, for me, that's the only 2 options. Well, the 2 paths both involve that. And I don't know which path it's going to be. And the big thing is, of course, is it has to be available again. And as far as I'm aware, still, at the time of recording, it's still not available readily in Australia. So I'm also dealing with this whole thing about this chronic illness that I now have. Well, the 3rd chronic illness that I now have. Because depression, major depressive disorder, and diabetes are also chronic illnesses. So now I'm on 3. I mean, if I have a stamp card, what do I get after my 5th? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm sounding a bit narky, but that's how I feel right now. I'm being real with you. There's real emotions coming out. But yeah, so the big issue is about the availability of the Ozempic. And I get so mad about the fact that we are an allegedly first world country and we still can't get a drug that helps people. I really do get angry about the whole Ozempic situation. And yeah, as I was saying, this is allegedly a first world country and we still can't get access to drugs because they're not manufacturing them quick enough, or whatever the bullshit excuse is. that's where I'm at. And I'm really, so I go from being angry that my life is going to be shit again because the Ozempic makes me so sick and it's going to affect my quality of life, but if I don't take it, my lifespan is a lot shorter. And it's scary and it makes me angry because I'm scared. And there's been many days of me literally on the floor crying. I go for a little bit of being able to be normal and doing, well, normal for me, which is not really normal, is it? But you know what I mean? Being able to do what I need to do. And then I go through moments of crying and then just moments of staring out the window and then moments of I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know if it's worth doing anything with my life. It's a big roller coaster of all sorts of emotions at the moment. So that's where I'm at. Now, I was also debating whether or not I should do this. I don't have to tell anybody, but I did receive a message from a friend on Facebook who said that they really admire and appreciate when I share things because a lot of people are going through the same sort of things and not many people will necessarily be as open about this stuff, but it gives them a sense of community and it gives them a hope that, you know, they're not alone. And I've always been one of these people that will stand up if I see things are wrong. It's what made me lose my job in the first place. Although I didn't lose my job, I was suggested to leave. And that's a story I will never share. But yeah, it's something I do. I guess I share because of that. I share because I have to. I share sometimes because I feel like I have to justify why I do things or why I'm like I am or why things aren't happening as they should. And I also share because if it helps people reading my posts or listening to my voiceovers, whatever, if it helps them feel they're not alone, the other people are going through this too and either doing it successfully or unsuccessfully, but you know, a little bit of community in a world, oh god, that sounds like a movie voiceover, in a world, but in a world where we need to be kinder to each other. If I can create a little sense of community by sharing, I am more than happy to. I know it opens me up to ridicule and I know it can open me up to some nasty people, but it's the risk I take. And I've paid dearly for it a few times in my life. As I said, number one was my job. Number two is probably some of my family. But it is what it is. I won't change. I've got to be, one of my core beliefs and core values is equality and fairness. And I get so angry when I see the opposite happening. But I want to leave it there because I'm going to start getting emotional again soon. I'll edit this down, then I'll put whatever underneath it. I'll try and pick whatever activity I do to sort of match the mood of the voiceover. And I'm really sorry. I hope I haven't triggered anyone or upset anyone. I really just wanted to share. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I think you have an idea of what's going on with me, and I'll share with you when I know more about my treatment, but at the moment we're not quite sure how that's going to be. It doesn't feel right to do all my usual outro, so but you know, all the usual outro stuff, but please everybody, and I really mean it, no matter where you are, stay safe, stay weird, and I will catch you in the next one.